Okay, just want to say hello and thanks for having me here. Your question will never be answered thoroughly because there's so much to recall, there's so much to talk about that I could only be brief because I don't want to take this over. Um, what do I recall? I recall from the beginning that in 1968, Emil Ford came to St. Lucia intent on opening a recording studio. He came to me at the bank where I worked, and we had a long chat, and he left me with the mission to get a group together. But we already had the Peptones. We were the Peptones. And during that time, we found out that permission was not given to open that studio, so he then turned to Barbados. Not everybody from the group could have gone to Barbados. I gave up my job. I was going to take chances. So we had to regroup, and we had David Edwards on guitar. We had Gregory Rene on keyboards. We had Maynard. What was his name now? Yeah, Maynard on Jimmy Maynard on bass guitar. Then Dennis James on vocals, Patsy Cadet on vocals, Emil Ford on vocals, and drums. So we went over to Barbados. And there was the birth of a recording studio, Carina Recording Studio. In the Caribbean, we did not have studios that, so conveniently accessible. So I believe at that time people more went away to Canada and America and so on to do recordings. So there we became very popular, very fruitful, because the Merrymen and the Draytons and you name them, and they came to Carina Recording Studio. So eventually, Emil and I had we produced an LP, Loving Visual Stereo, where all the popular songs that you guys love, you guys out there, came from. Okay, then Dennis James produced two songs, 245s, Keep On Running and The Train, and these were very popular songs. What happened with us is that the Caribbean got very aware of our existence. We were given carte blanche from the point of view that we were equipped to tour the Caribbean. And we had followers that we weren't even aware of. It was just so amazing. And Dennis was the sort of person who we'd all be kind of giving jokes and so on, but he was always sort of sitting back, laid back, and his mind working all the time on his songs, always changing something, changing the bars, changing the notes, changing something to suit his personality, his sort of kind of style of singing and so on. He was not yet into calypso naturally. We were into ballads and stuff like that. But this gave him the foundation, the confidence, and whatever it took to go out there and do what he wanted to do most. I suppose in Canada he probably got more of an opportunity than he would have had here. But in St. Lucia we went as far as we could, because there's only so far you can go. After you've done the circus, there's nothing more to do really. As everybody will discover eventually. We had a lot of fun. It was a lot of hard work. We learned the discipline of entertainment from the point of view that you did not just cut a record because you had to cut a record. I, for example, was up at 2 a.m. one morning in the studio. I spent the whole day there just working on that LP. That was not the beginning and the end. I mean, that was just one day's input. And Dennis learned a lot of the discipline of there was so much to learn. Before going out there, you don't just go out and sing. You don't just say that you can sing. There's a lot that you have to learn of your personality, your protocol, and whatever, you know. So I think we got some very good foundation, being the first to make St. Lucia proud, the first St. Lucians living in St. Lucia to come out with records, successful records. So that's a sort of a emblem we're carrying. Proud, proud St. Lucians. We became ambassadors to St. Lucia, unofficially, but correctively. You know, we were people that personally you had to watch your standards, you had to watch how your conduct, you know, and so on, because anything goes wrong, it's the St. Lucian they talk about. We had lots of highs and lots of lows, some strange experiences. I've had some really tough experiences, but the story is about Dennis. So there we are, and I think Dennis has done very well for himself. He has received the crown, the Calypso crown in Canada, and I think maybe he knows best better than I do. So I leave him to tell you his portion of his life story. Thank you for having me here. Thank you. Bye.